Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with something a little different, a little intermission, if you will, from covering the toxic side of social media. I want to focus on a creator. I feel like this is a miracle, but I think I have found a creator that I not only like their content, they have been historically very unproblematic. They make their own content. They are really doing something, in my opinion, that's like one of a kind. And they've been solid for at least the last couple of years that I've known of them. It feels weird to even say that, let me knock on wood here, but I want to share it with y'all. And yeah, so we're going to talk. If you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I talk a lot about integrity and staying steady and not just being good for right now, but like, what are you like over a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and so on. I think that's where people run into issues with supporting content creators, because you might come across somebody who seems like they're cool, but then, ask me this time next year and they've probably been exposed for being a disgusting person or scamming subscribers or being greedy or any of the things that are kind of covered consistently on commentary and drama channels. This creator is different. I want to talk about that Midwestern mom. And I'm sure if y'all are on TikTok, I would say several of y'all probably know all about who she is, and you're like, you're not telling me anything right now, blah, blah, blah. But I think a lot of people also might not know of her. Her name is Amber. She has just over 1 million followers on TikTok, and she is a gem. She is really a gem. Amber lives in Minnesota, and she has created this kind of character based on her mother. And she has this really thick accent and has the curler sets, and she makes a bunch of Minnesota salads that aren't really salads, like these Jello salads and cottage cheese and condensed milk. And it's stuff that I personally wouldn't make, but she's so entertaining and her joy is absolutely infectious.
That Midwestern mom and Minnesota salads that aren't really salad. We're making my favorite Minnesota salad, raspberry pretzel jello salad. The ugly twin sister to strawberry pretzel jello salad. Another reason why this is one of my favorite salads is we get to smash things with those repressed feelings we've been stifling because we're Minnesota nice. People will leave you alone if you sound like this in the kitchen. It's the only way you'll get some peace and quiet during the holidays. Remember, if you're using gluten-free pretzels like I am, you need to smash the smithereens out of them. Otherwise, regular gluten pretzels can be a bit chunky. Take a 1.5 cups of smashed feelings, your pretzel dust, and add it to a 1.5 stick of softened butter and a 1/4 cup of sugar, and mix. Press this into the bottom of a 9x13 pan. Midwestern mom hack: spray your hands with non-stick cooking spray while you're pressing it into the pan. It won't stick. Bake this at 350 degrees for 10 minutes if it's regular gluten, 15 to 20 if it's gluten-free. The gluten-free one has to look a little bit golden brown like this, otherwise it's not done. Gotta pop it out in nature's refrigerator, otherwise known as the concrete floor of our cold garage. While your pretzel crust is outside cooling, mix 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, add a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, and a whole container of Cool Whip. No need to fold it in this time, David. Just mix well. It'll have a frosting consistency. Let your children lick the beaters. If you're really nice, you'll turn it off first. Now you're gonna plop this on this. Make sure you get all the way to the edges. You need to seal in the crust so the jello doesn't leak through. Set this outside again to let it cool. For the last layer, dissolve 3 packages of raspberry jello in 2 cups of boiling water. And don't add any cool water. We're gonna cool it down with 2 bags of frozen raspberries. We've been on a national shortage for 2 years, and I can't tell you how excited I am to easily find frozen raspberries again, for goodness sakes. Now, I use 24 ounces of raspberries because I like a lot of fruit in my jello. Some people prefer less fruit in their jello. They would be wrong, but it's really up to your discretion. I think that's the Minnesota nice way of saying do it my way or the highway. 2 bags of frozen raspberries really do cool this Jell-O down quickly. So don't be surprised if it gets a little bit chunky, but that's okay because you're going to pour it on this layer. I like to take a large spoon, pour it into that. It disperses the weight because you don't want to break through that cream layer. Are you even a Midwestern mom if your casserole dish doesn't have a cover? Take this back out to the garage or your front porch to solidify. You Southerners, you'll have to put it in the fridge. Sorry. Now, it's set up pretty soft because I just couldn't wait. But when you cut it apart, it ends up looking just like a cheesecake. Make it with raspberries and raspberry Jell-O. Make it with strawberries and strawberry Jell-O. Make it with whatever kind of fruit and Jell-O you like. Just make it. I really do hope you enjoy.
She's also an opera singer. She, she did like the polar plunge and shared that. And the parts of her life that we do see, she seems so genuinely happy. And that's something that's really hard to come across on social media. You can see people that seem happy, but genuine happiness that carries through the years is very rare. Her character, that Midwestern mom, is not only hilarious because she'll show little bloopers and stuff, but
it blows my balls all over the lawn. That's going to be a good one. Someone used the garland from 2005 instead of 2015 because this is way more faded. This is the stuff that goes down by the barn. Don't I look just like my mother?
05 compared to 50.
She labels everything with years on it. It's because she labels everything with the years that she bought it, so she knows how old is it. How old it is. She does it with the power strips and all the attachments.
It's a really unique kind of character. It's not just somebody cosplaying as their parent that was from a different generation. It's somebody who's really making this their own. Of course, I'm going to include some videos throughout. But she's not flexing on people. She's not scamming people. She goes live over on TikTok and talks to her followers. She responds to comments. Once in a while, she will show, she's doing an activity that her kids are involved in. Once in a while, you might see her kids, but she is not a family vlogger. She's not a mommy vlogger, nothing of the sort. And she's doing something that's really unique and interesting. The other thing that got me really interested in her content is her mom still owns and operates a hair salon in the middle of their small town in Minnesota. And it's called the Yak Shack. When she shows the videos inside her mom's hair salon, it literally feels like you walk back into like 1993. It's very cool. And she, shares some of her mom's clients and a lot of the people that have been seeing her mom for a really long time and kind of watched her grow up, and how much of a kind of center point her mom's hair salon is in her small town in Minnesota. I just think that she has a really cool channel, and I support her. I think that her, her views on life align with mine quite often, and maybe that's another reason why I connect with her. But she just is a rarity on social media, and like I said, when you see these creators build up an audience and then they switch up on you, it's frustrating as a follower. And she's been successful on TikTok for a very long time, and I still see the same person in today's videos that I did back then. I hope that she stays the same. I hope she continues to grow and thrive and do all the good things, because consistent, good, and ethical content creators are very hard to come by. But with all the toxicity that I cover on a consistent basis on my channel, I figured let's switch it up and do something positive. I kind of hold back sometimes when sharing fellow content creators with my subscribers, because unfortunately, I might like someone and then they turn out to be bad news bears and, really show everyone what they're all about. But for the most part, I do feel like I've scaled it back a lot, and if I'm voicing support for another content creator, it's because I think that they are a really good person. You know, I felt the same way with like Swoop. I held back on covering Swoop, and then I did, and it's because I feel like Swoop is a good one. But either way, I just figured, you know what, let's just switch things up for today. I've got other Gypsy Rose content coming for y'all. I see you're interested. But I'll just pop this in as a little intermission, if you will. So that's going to be it for tonight. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.